When life's this hard, graduating can be even harder. But you can help Ativa and the students in your community make it through by visiting boostup.org.
Welcome to Teen Talk New York. I'm your host, Shaquasia Brown, and I'm here today with my guest / producer of Teen Talk New York, Mr. UrbanWallStreet.
What's good, Shaquasia?
Hey.
So we're back again to do it again, right? And so today's topic, we talked about it last season, the things we want to talk about and how we want to really just inspire and just really start getting into the minds of the youth. So I asked you, as you talk to some kids, what's a good question or what's a good topic? And we both agreed that apathy amongst teen apathy.
Yeah.
Teen apathy, for those who may not know, for you, what's your understanding of teen apathy?
My understanding of teen apathy is teenagers not caring about anything, just doing whatever.
And essentially, that's what teen apathy is. You're just kind of lazy. You're not really taking initiative. You're not taking charge. You're just kind of going with the flow. And of course, that's been very detrimental. So
yeah.
Of course, we have, last year we talked about substance abuse and this teen pregnancy or just teens dropping out of school and the dropout rate. And unfortunately, when you're apathetic, a lot of those issues contribute to that. So I like to ask you, because it's really good to just get the mindset and understanding from a younger person. You're about 17. Right?
Yeah.
What do you think is one of the major causes of apathy or students not caring?
Not having support, like the lack of support determines how teenagers act.
All right. So when kids come to school, you have teachers, you have principals, you do have a strong support system. Here at Research and Service, there's a super support system, right, with Ms. Farrington and your teachers, but do you still see apathy amongst the teens?
Yeah, because not everyone, I guess you could say, attends to the support that is given or actually listens to adults. Like, they'll probably go to their peers and listen rather than listening to the adult.
In your opinion, what do you think are some methods that adults can use, or the society can use, or teens can implement to try to rid themselves of that apathetic state? Do you think there's hope for this generation? A lot of people don't know if this generation has hope. There's a lot of apathy. Kids don't care. They're reckless. But do you think there is hope for your generation, and why?
I don't know. It's hope if you're willing to change, but if you're not willing to change, I don't think there's hope. It's like this generation is very different because now it's like more influences. Like, you'll hang out with your friend and your friend could be doing whatever. So you're going to do whatever, and it won't really matter because you don't care what anybody else thinks. So anybody could talk to you like, oh, no, you need to stop doing this, you need to stop doing that. But you're going to keep doing it because you started doing it with your friend,
Okay, so what you're saying, are you saying is the adults who are seeking, you're in the school and I'm sure there's things that you're doing now that you weren't necessarily doing 2 or 3 years ago, some better, some worse, but you're evolving as a person, so you are listening to the adults who are trying to give you some direction, correct?
Yeah, because I realized that not listening to the adults that are trying to help me just had me failing because I wasn't listening.
Right.
So I wasn't being, I guess, affected by what they were saying because I didn't care. I wasn't listening. But once I actually started listening, it was like, I started being on the right track.
So let me ask you, what led you to start caring? So you didn't care initially. What was the reason that you didn't care, first things?
The reason I didn't care was because I didn't have any support from anyone home. So it was like I didn't have support from them, so I don't believe it's anywhere else I could get it from. Like, I believe that support starts within the household, right? So if I don't have it in the household, I wouldn't expect to get it from somebody else,
Okay.
But once I came to Research and Service, I started realizing, like, there are people that actually care about you and can support you besides your own family.
Right.
And because of that, and because they give me support, they are like my family.
So let me ask you, do you think there's students here who probably come from the same situation, the same plight, but even with the support system that Research and Service offers and your teachers here, they still don't necessarily take advantage of it?
Not everyone. Everyone doesn't take advantage of things that are given out to them. it's like I'm not gonna do it just because I don't want to do it. It's not like they're actually trying to change, trying to benefit from what everyone else is telling them to do so they could be better in life.
Okay. So now, listen, recently, there's been a lot of, we've had a lot of situations that are going on in the civic situations of America with regard to unlawful shootings and deaths and things of that nature. We see a lot of protests and uprisings in the wake of individuals not being held accountable for actions, violations committed against young black teens. Is your generation talking about the Ferguson case and what's happened recently?
I haven't heard anything from anybody.
Now, do you think that, now you're familiar with the Ferguson case, do you think that was a major situation?
Yeah, I think it was. I think that situation should affect everyone.
So it's kind of ironic that when you say, actually, I don't know if the people are talking about it, my peers, do you think that's a degree of apathy? Because here was a major situation where that could be anybody in Brooklyn, right? It could have been anybody from Research and Service, and no one here is talking about it. Why do you think individuals may not necessarily be paying attention?
They probably feel as though it happened to someone else, it can't happen to me. Like, oh, this happened to this person, that don't got nothing to do with me, I don't care. So they're not gonna care, they're not gonna talk about it, about what happened, because they obviously don't think it could happen to them.
You're right. But does it happen every day in our communities?
Yeah, it do.
So would you say that apathy is a major or contributing factor to our lack of progress, or this generation, the young teens, because it's all about the teens. Do you think apathy and a lack of caring is really hurting this generation?
Yeah, I do, because you not caring is not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to help improve the change you're willing to make, without caring. Like, if you don't care, what's the point of you? I don't understand. Like, I feel as though all teenagers, well, not all teenagers, but everyone should have some sense of, we gotta do something to change this. Yeah, pride. Because if you don't have pride, like, nothing's gonna change. Everything's gonna be the same. And eventually you're gonna get tired of it.
Well, a lot of times, it's funny you say, a lot of times some people don't actually believe that things get changed. Do you think this generation has kind of lost hope on society or the system that's supposed to serve them?
Yeah, because of everything that's going on. So with the police brutality and everything, you see that on the news, you're like, there's no hope. Like, I'ma just give up, because what are they doing to change this? Like, there's kids out there that have changed, but other people haven't changed that are higher than them. It don't just start. It starts from us changing and them changing. But if they don't change, nothing's gonna change, because we don't have that much power.
So now, when you say the them, I like that you say the them and the they. I always like to clarify. In your mind, and from your perspective, who is the them or the they that needs changing that you say you don't see?
I believe it's police.
The police.
Yeah, because I feel like the police, they're doing their job, but because they have a higher power, it's like, we're gonna do this to this person, and it's not gonna matter because we're above them. No one's gonna listen to them because we're above them, It's like the authority they have above other people.
So would you say a lot of the young teens, they kind of just feel like the police in general, and we know there's not all police are bad, there's some very good officers, and there's probably more good ones than bad ones, easily, and unfortunately it's always a negative, a brood anywhere. But do you think the general mindset with teens is that the police literally just don't care about teens?
Yeah, I do. No teenagers realizes the good that police do. Like, when you in trouble, police come to help. But it's like, when they see the police doing the bad things to teenagers, it's like it outweighs the good they do for you.
Okay.
They don't focus on the good things. They focus on the bad things. So when a teenager might see a cop, they automatically get offended. Like, I feel like he about to do something. Like, they already defensive.
So now they're defensive, and we talk about apathy. So generally, if someone does something to you, you don't like it, you either mobilize or you figure out a solution to make that better, correct that.
Yeah.
So with apathy, that's the opposite. You don't really act. You don't try to make a difference. You don't mind trying to make a change. So if the teens of today, you know, from your perspective in your circle, if they don't see what they like, they don't feel they're being treated the way they deserve to be treated, and we all deserve to be treated equally, why do you think they're not more active in trying to make that change?
I feel like teenagers are not more active because they feel like there's no hope. Like, even if I am active, even if I am trying to make a change, it's not going to help because I don't have everyone in the back of me trying to support me to do this, you know? Not every, like, I might want to make a change and my friend might not want to make a change. Mm-hmm. But I need my friend to help me make the change, you know? But they probably like, no, I don't want to do it. Everyone's mindset is different. So I might want to change and my friend might not want to change, but their friend might want to change.
So if you find yourself in a situation where you're trying to strive to be better, and you have a friend or they're in your circle and they're more apathetic, meaning they're not really striving to be better, what type of decision do you think that would cause you to have to make in your life? Do you think you have to continue with their friend? Like, how do you deal with that friend if you're trying to strive for more and they're either working towards the same or less? How do you work with that?
You might have to do it on your own. That's the only other way you can get stuff done, if you do it on your own, because that person's don't have the same feelings you have, or you could either find other people that feel the same way you do.
Yeah, you're very right. You're very right. So now I just want to ask a few more things because, you know, this is the first show, you know, back for the first season, and I just wanted to, you know, familiarize you, get you warmed up again because you do your thing. But it's always good that, you know, we share and we talk about topics, and we have several other topics that were already in deck. So just keep watching season 2. We're about to get it warmed up. Let me ask you a question. Do you think adults are apathetic these days?
Adults, some, not all, because all adults are doing their own thing. There's adults that don't have jobs, so they might not be apathetic because they probably didn't have support. So now they have kids and don't have no support for their kids because that's how they was brought up.
Now, that's a serious situation. You say, you know, if you're an adult and you don't have support, so that may, you know, lead you to evolve into having apathetic tendencies or apathetic lifestyle. So now you have children, and most want better for their children, but unfortunately in a lot of scenarios, individuals don't. And that apathetic mindset or that apathetic lifestyle, it translates into the children. So how does a family or a household where everybody's apathetic win? Or even more so, a lot of times you see people who aren't so go-getters, or not so connected, or not paying attention. They don't really mind or even care that they're apathetic, but they're complaining about the status of their life or the status of society. What do you say to people who don't want to work hard for something, or who just want to kind of go with the flow but complain about the basic status quo?
Well, if you don't do that, then there's no success. I feel like if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're not as, like, everything you do, you're failing at because you don't have support or whatever. I feel like you're not going to make it anywhere, to be honest. I don't understand how you could get somewhere without doing what you're supposed to do. I don't think that's possible.
No, it's really not. Now, do you find that a lot of young people think that they can get to the top without doing the work required at the bottom?
Yeah, because they see everything else that's going on, thinking that, bigger influence like rappers and singers. Oh, this rapper did drugs. Maybe if I do drugs, I could be a rapper too and make millions.
So what do you think about some of the representation of us on television and in the current television shows? Do you think we're represented in a positive light for the younger generation, or do you think teens see valuable role models on television? Are there valuable role models, in your opinion, are there valuable role models on television right now?
No. I don't think there are any positive role models, because if there were, other people would be trying to be like them, and it will be a change.
So would you say there are role models, or there are models on television that unfortunately influence a lot of negativity that we're seeing?
Yeah.
And what type? I don't want to say what type of shows. I don't want to put these shows on blast. But what is it you think about the negativity that we see on television that unfortunately we often gravitate towards? Like, why do we gravitate towards the negative?
It's mainly like when you watching TV and you'll see a reality show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this person did that. Oh, maybe I should do the same thing. It's like TV. Sometimes TV do influence you to do stupid things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It definitely does. Now, do you think it's a problem? Because when I hear you say that, there's no positive, television on television, really for teens. That's one of the reasons why, I wanted to create this show. What do you think? Who do you think is responsible for creating positive content for teens, urban communities?
I'm not sure because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any positive things on TV. So I don't know.
So when you go home and turn on television, you never really have a show that you're looking forward to for inspiration or motivation?
When I watch TV, I watch stuff like Law and Order.
Law and Order.
I watch Law and Order because it's based on true stories. Mm-hmm. It's based on the real world. It's not based on like stuff that never really happens in real life. Like crimes and stuff happen all the time, and it just shows what people should do if they don't do it. Like if something happens to a person, yeah, you should go tell the cops, but not everybody is like that.
Very true, very true. So for yourself, and we're going to wrap this one up, but for yourself, everybody has that turning point. That point where you feel you may be lazy or you're apathetic, as was the theme word, and you're not just doing what you need to do. And you came to research and service, but even though you came here, you could have still kind of continued on a pattern of apathy and not caring. Was there a defining moment where you said, you know what, I can no longer do today what I was doing yesterday?
My moment was actually when I did the interview to get into the school. When I was talking to Miss Farrington, who was the principal, mm-hmm. When I spoke to her, she was like, if you didn't change in your old school, what makes you think you're going to change here? How do I know you're not going to do the same thing you did in your old school? And I said, I'm gonna change. I'm telling you now. I don't want to be a dropout. I want to be in school. I want to do what I got to do to graduate and make everyone proud. So it was like, actually, that moment when she said that actually made me change. That made me change. Because I knew, like, if I don't change, I'm not going to be successful at all. There's no graduation. Like, I was like, I got to graduate.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And so you've been at Research and Service for 2 years now?
Yeah.
And how has the past 2 years been for you in comparison to your last school?
The past 2 years been great because now I've been on honor roll since I've been here.
Congratulations.
I'm graduating next month. Graduating, so it's like it's great. Like I feel like if I didn't get into school, I don't think I would be graduating, to be honest. And now because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, there's more support. There's support from teachers, and now home there's more support because you're doing what you got to do. So I'm proud.
So would you say that when you start doing what you have to do, would you say that for all my young teens out there, that no matter what you may be going through or what scenario or how tough the struggle is, once you just decide to start doing better for yourself, that the support kind of just starts coming from different places or the places where you need? Yeah,
I do. If you don't, I believe that support can come from anyone because there's people that said, I see you're doing better. I see you're doing better. I might not even know this person, but I see you doing better. I love what you're doing. Keep doing it, because you're changing. You're doing better. You're the person that you want to be when you grow up. You're that successful person that you want to be.
That's right. Well, listen, everybody, Mr. Urban Wall Street, as I always want to do, we want to educate you and enlighten you. It's very important that for me, and I'm sure for all of us, that we establish that connection with our young people, with our teens, because the reality is we're losing them, whether we're losing them to drugs, whether we're losing them to the streets, whether we're losing them to brutality, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of scenarios that plague our community. But for my young teens out there, it's really up to you. You heard Shaquasia. It has to be a moment of truth for yourself when you decide, I want to be different. I want better. I want more, because there's a lot more out there for you. There's a lot of great opportunities. And when you start putting yourselves in position for those opportunities, they will come. Do not shoot yourself in the foot. Do not tell yourself no. Let the world tell you no. You'll be surprised that when you handle your business and do what you're supposed to do, and you let go of apathetic ways and an apathetic mindset, and you really show initiative and proactive, and you invest in yourself and your time, the world does begin to open up for you. And then you find yourself in situations like my girl Shaquasia, about to graduate, about to do some big and greater things with the Urban Wall Street. So you keep watching. This is just the beginning, season 2. Shaquasia, take us out of here.
Thank you for watching TeenTalk New York. See you next time.
Peace.